tough outing against the Saracens team loaded with British Irish Lions and internationals. What were your initial thoughts after the game?
Oh, first and foremost, it was a fantastic match. It was a fantastic challenge for our guys. I think they're a fantastic side, aren't they? You looked at the way they played, the way they offloaded, the way they did certain things. Really proud of our guys. I think our work rate was immense there. There were times in the game when you play against players like that and a team like that where you've got to be absolutely clinical, and we probably fell foul of the referee's whistle a little bit. The breakdown was an area that I think we could have, they certainly had the upper hand in, and then a few of the line breaks we made, we just didn't finish off one or two of them.
You mentioned being clinical. It was probably something that was missing from Ealing's game today. There was 4 visits to the 22 before a try was scored. Was that something that frustrated you, or was it a cause of optimism that you were creating those opportunities?
Yeah, a bit of both really. You know that when you're playing a side like this, territory is absolutely key. On the flip side of that, when you get there, you've got to take your points. And like you said, it took us a while to get going. There were a couple of little things we just went off script with in the first couple of entries to that 22. Against a side like that, you sort of feed their energy.
We all know it's an 80-minute game, but the kind of 10 minutes either side of the half where Jackson Ray was in the bin, Ealing had a numerical advantage, but Saracens outscored 10 to 0. Was that kind of a turning point for you in the game?
Yeah, I'm not sure it was a turning point, but it was certainly a big moment in the game. Jackson Ray's just gone to the sin bin. We scored the penalty try, yet from the kick-off from a scrum, we then concede 3 points, and then coming out that second half, again, we just didn't win that territory battle in that first 10 minutes of the second half, and that allowed them entries into our 22 where they were clinical. And again, for us, it's all about that journey that we're on at the moment. It's all about learning from some of those mistakes that we made in the game and making sure we're better. And hopefully, if we, over the next couple of weeks, we can create another opportunity to have a go at that team.
One area where Ealing were very strong was at the set piece. 90% of the line out. Scrum drew 3 penalties out of a front row that boasts Vincent Kopp, Mac Ogunapolo and Jamie George. How happy were you with the set piece? Yeah,
really happy. Look, I think against good sides, playing at the highest level, you have to have that base to play off. And I thought our guys provided that today. Again, there were maybe a couple of times I felt we could have been rewarded a little bit more in the scrum. We'll look back on that, and maybe we could have been a little bit cuter with how we painted those pictures.
It was a nice little flourish at the end. 3 turnovers of Saracens when they were inside Ealing's 22, and then a late try. How does that help going into a short turnaround now ahead of the Richmond game?
I'm not sure that helps massively. I think what I was more pleased with was just how we kept playing our style of rugby. We didn't need to chase the game. If you chase a game against Sarries, you're going to be in real trouble. Our guys were pretty much dead on their feet at the end of it. They've had a long run of games now, so I was more pleased with just that relentless attitude of when we turn the ball over, we're going to look to play. We got down the other end, we still came away with points with our playing the opposition 22. Looking ahead, it's a 6-day turnaround. We'll have some sore bodies tomorrow, the next day, and we'll just look to regroup. We'll plan for Richmond as we do for every other side. It's a local derby, and we'll try and get the show back on the road.